Lou's not ready. I'm not waiting any longer. We have too many people in the chat. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Bad Calls, Balls, and Brawls. It's your host 305 Sports Babe, co-host Miami Lou, and oh my goodness, Miss Finn's first one in here. Let's go. She had a great show this morning. Hi, beautiful Liz. Russ, we're screwing up his commute to the gym. Graham is back. I was generally worried about Graham because we haven't heard, but he informed us that he had the flu. I told him if we didn't hear from him, I was going to call the guards of England, the royal family, to check on him. Derek, our buddy from Southern California, in the building, watching us on an 80-inch TV, he said tonight. So he's going to see every nook and cranny of everything.
Hope it's not high definition.
And Adam's here just to see Lou go bananas.
And so it's coming.
We have a full house. So we are on episode 34. So officially our episodes are older than me. I know. How about that? But not older than you. So
we got a while to go for that.
Also, something really cool happened today. I don't really look at the number of subscribers. That's not important to me. My thing is I rather have like really, really good content. And Jonathan in the chat too. Hello. Ray. Oh my goodness. Cap. We have so many friends on this show. You guys are the reason why I think I have friends, because I don't feel like I have friends in real life, but you guys are like my amazing. Hello. So yeah, this is our 34th episode. So again, this is older than me now at this point. And we actually hit 401 subscribers today. Awesome. Our 400th subscriber was our buddy Dirk from Germany. Nice. He's one of our German Dolphin fans. So this is amazing.
It's international. It's an international.
But we have an international show here. Cap, crazy kids. You got that right. Ray, probably freezing his butt off up north. Oh, look at all those cute emojis. Oh. I wish I was so sick I had to take two days off of work, and I haven't had any sick days in nearly 7 years.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, we hope you're feeling better.
You had the flu. No, the flu is a real thing these days. I was not feeling good New Year's Eve. I'm sorry. I have my knee like in Lou's.
That's all right.
Okay, let me fix my knee. Okay. So, anyways, let's just get right to it. Let's start off with the elephant in the room, right? Obviously, we all witnessed something very, 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 very terrible on Monday night. Monday night started a big game. You had a Buffalo Bills against the Cincinnati Bengals. Big matchup, right? You know, obviously, we're scouting out the Bills, trying to see what they're going to do. And then, obviously, that would lead into this weekend coming up. And Cincinnati Bengals have been great the last 2-3 years.
They're one of the hottest teams in the league right now.
And so the game starts, and I remember one of the Bills players like jumped over the Cincinnati player, had like this crazy jump. I made like this thing on social media. I said, oh my gosh, like Air Jordan, crazy, this and that. And soon after that, possession changes and Cincinnati gets the ball. And then we all saw what happened to DeMar Hamlin. And I mean, what do you really say about it, right? Like, holy crap. I speak for myself when I say this. I was paralyzed on the couch for 3 hours. Lou was trying to have conversation, go back and forth the Heat game. I said, nothing else matters right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I've followed sports probably since 1995, since I was 5 years old. I have never seen anything like that before. And obviously, us Dolphin fans, we have our hatred and stuff towards the Bills.
Oh, that's still there.
But I didn't see any of that. I saw an athlete. Yeah. I saw a man. I saw a human being drop to the ground and fight for, and essentially
fighting for his life.
Fight for his life. Right. So that was really, really, really hard for everyone to see.
It was shocking, obviously. It was shocking seeing it right when it happened, and you saw the reactions from the trainers and everybody. I said, wow, that's going to be a problem. Just because we're conditioned nowadays to when you see an injury or anybody go down like that, first thing you think about is concussion. So that was, on my mind. He did move a little bit, so I didn't think a paralyzed state was at play here.
Yeah.
But nobody knew what it ended up happening, which we still don't know 100%. We do know that he had a cardiac episode, most likely a heart attack. We just don't know. We just don't know if it was brought upon by the actual hit, the trauma of the hit, or I mean, amazingly enough, they still haven't ruled out the fact that this could have been something that just happened at that time.
You're wrong, Lou, right? Like, so I've been glued to the news. I'm sure a lot of you have. We've heard different things, and I have a pretty good medical, I don't say background, but I've had my own medical that I.
Okay, you're not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor. So what happened was he got hit at the millisecond where there's like a valve in your heart, and that knocks his heart out of a rhythm. and basically that caused the auction and everything to stop, and he fell. And it caused him to go into cardiac arrest. And they said the assistant athletic trainer for the Bills was the first one there, and he knew immediately that they needed to resuscitate him. So
he didn't feel
because the ambulance didn't come out right away.
He didn't feel a pulse, so they said that we needed to go right into CPR on the field and then bring in an ambulance to get him out.
Yeah. So the ambulance, the guy. Now we're learning more and more of the story. It was the assistant athletic trainer who came out, started resuscitation, and then the ambulance came, and then everything. The part that really freaked me out was when we learned that the ambulance was waiting downstairs in like the garage waiting for his mom. Now people are saying, well, he's dead. They need his mom to sign off. So that part was like, oh my gosh, why aren't they getting him to the hospital? So whatever. We all know what happened. The most updated information we have on him is that
great news.
He's on 50% oxygen right now instead of 100%. So he's kind of breathing on his own. He's awake. They're not showing any brain damage. He can't talk because they still have the tube down his throat. And basically he can write. So the first thing he wrote was he said, did we win?
That's incredible.
And then the doctor said, no, DeMar, you won. You won the game of life.
Which is perfect.
So because the biggest thing with when he went to, into cardiac arrest and unconscious, they didn't know how much brain damage, if anything, was happening. And there's a very good shot that, he could have had severe brain damage.
But now that's pretty much ruled out. There's a very good
he knows.
Yeah,
so the point at this point is, he's still in critical condition.
Yes.
I mean, he's still not out of the woods yet, but it was scary.
Very encouraging news that was brought upon today. And I love it that the kid comes out and the first thing he says is, hey, did we win that game? I mean, that's awesome. It just tells you he's a true football player through and through. But again, before anything else, he's a human being. And, look, I'm as I said, I'm not a Buffalo Bill fan. As a matter of fact, I hate him. I don't know if Mark's in the room. I still hate the Buffalo Bills. However, we all came together here. And this is, beyond anything that has to do with sports or anything. This is a man's, young man.
Yeah.
He's 24 years old from the University of Pittsburgh.
Of course.
Only 2 years in the league. This is a young man who's got everything ahead of him, and no one wants to see that, especially as many people as were tuned in to this monster game that saw that live, and the way it unfolded is just everybody became attached to it.
And the thing is, like, we waited and waited and waited for an update, right? Like, we waited and waited and waited, and we heard nothing. And I know that night I went to sleep, but I kept checking my phone. I know a lot of other people were, and we still didn't hear anything. But now we know it is looking better. Obviously, he's still not out of the woods. I'm going to say the unpopular opinion right here. And obviously we have a lot of Dolphin fans in the room, and this doesn't change my loyalty for the Dolphins, but I just want to say Buffalo in general has had to deal with a lot of stuff this year. They had the supermarket mass shooting in May. Then they had this blizzard that killed a lot of people. Then these injuries. No, don't give me the hand. Let me just say something. We are going to go there, right? Let me say something. It has been a lot for those people. And we have Bills fans, and it's just, they need to catch a break. And now the break doesn't mean you're winning the Super Bowl, but it just, really puts a lot of things into perspective that, we have this like inside hatred towards them. But at the end of the day, we bleed the same way. And, I felt for that.
The hatred you talk about natural disasters and a horrific tragedy that happened at the store. But, this has nothing to do with that. This is a football game.
So send South Florida sunshine our way. 10 degrees, no sun, no way. It is like 80 today. We went through a cold spell the other week, so we're back to it. David, much love to you both from Texas. DNM in the house. See y'all Sunday. See you. The word is unprecedented. Adam says, routine play happens dozens of times every week. We were all glued to the TV. I made the kids leave the room. Didn't want to see that. That's great
parenting right there. Well, from a guy that I'm not sure is the best. Not kidding. I love you, Adam. Come on.
I'm not a doctor, but I've seen every episode of the ER. They've not given any cluster yet. The UC Medical Center doctors were asked that question today, and they said it's still being evaluated. Think of all the Monday Night Football crew, both commentary and back in studio, deserve a lot of credit the way they handled it with the under and going on. Yes, no. Some of them did. You could tell they were getting choked up. It was hard and everything, but they really did, a great job keeping us updated as they can and just really showing us a heart that they had. Instead of talking about the game, they put the game aside. They talked about life. It was really good.
You can't say that without saying the negative aspect of it, and that's social media. And I'm talking about Twitter in general, because it has to be said. Too many people went way overboard, and we're quick to just try to get people fired, try to go at people unnecessarily. Like even T. Higgins, who was on the other side of that hit to Hamlin.
Yeah.
He got targeted saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have made that play in that way that caused him to try to tackle you that way." And now getting some kind of threats and stuff online, I mean, unnecessarily. Those kind of things don't need to take place.
A good thing that did come out was that Lamar had like not even a charity, right? Like he has this thing going on, and he had like $1,200. I would have matched that myself if I knew that. And since then, Russ said, "I wonder how much money it made." So far, it's made over $5 million.
No, I think it's more. Last check I saw it at 7.3 million. So he had about 2,500 is what he had, I think, and then. As of last check, and this was a couple of hours ago, maybe it was at $7.3 million. So this is a young man that normally people that do toy drives and stuff like that at that level, they're big stars and they're trying to, they have their own foundation. I don't think he has a foundation. I just think he's trying to get back to the community. And
that's what it was.
The fact that he's 24 years old and not a big star in the league and trying to do that tells you everything you need to know about the young man. And so it was a tremendous thing. And I'm glad that all that money is coming that way because it's going to go to a great cause.
So new viewer in the house, Brian, OC Fin fan here today. OC, Orange County?
Yeah, Orange County.
Hello. Graham, seen it a couple times in soccer with players collapse on the field. Horrible. Yes, we have. Doctor saying it could have been the vax, saying he didn't get it hit hard enough. It's all over the place. We've heard that too. Yeah. We were all wanting to hear from the doctors. Sheldon, coming down to Miami in a few days. Leave that cold weather up. You live in Buffalo. You know the danger weather. You live in Hurricane Alley. Yes, we do know that. Yeah.
So and also to piggyback on, I just forgot what I was going to talk about.
So obviously Lamar still in everyone's prayers. Still has a lot of recovery and everything, but it is amazing that he's awake. He's holding people's hands. He's communicating. Yes. So it is all good from here. Switching gears, Dolphins lost 5 straight games. Yeah. I mean, we win 5 straight, we lose this and that. We're in a very bad position. I'm struggling with the fact that we were 8-3 and now we're potentially fighting for a playoff spot. And Armando Segura came out with an article today saying that Mike McDaniel, if we don't win on Sunday, could possibly be fired. I don't agree with that. I think that's ridiculous. The article that came out today.
I do remember. Sorry, just cut you off. Yeah, but, I got my train of thought back, and I was going to say Hank Gathers when I was this was back in the early '90s. In the college basketball tournament, this was leading up to the actual tournament. It was a conference tournament. Hank Gathers did collapse for the Loyola Marymount University, and he lost his life. Something similar. He had a cardiac arrest. Mm-hmm. He had a history of it, so not sure what he was doing on the court. Smaller school, but I remember that instantly when this took place.
No, and my best friend growing up, Jonathan, God rest his soul. When we were 21, he was in the Air Force, stationed in Anchorage, Alaska. He was in perfect shape, 5'7", 160 pounds, played soccer all his life. He was in class. He had a massive heart attack and passed away. So, there's only so much you can do outside, but
listen, we got some good news today, and hopefully this continues to trend in that direction. Continue to see progress, updates. The family has been great. Yeah. All the medical staff, everybody that's been doing their job to get him to where he is now. Just can't say enough about those guys, and looking forward to more positive updates.
Yes. So let's shift gears a little bit. Yeah. Dolphins went to Gillette last Sunday. Gillette was not freezing. It was cold, but it wasn't freezing. We had Teddy Two Glove starting quarterback. Didn't look terrible, right? Nothing too crazy. And then he pretty much falls trying to make the tackle and comes up holding his hand.
Yeah, but you got to explain why he was trying to make a tackle.
Because he threw the pick.
Because he threw an interception.
Okay, I don't want to throw that part.
And he's trying. No, you got to say it.
Okay, I'm trying to be positive here.
He got hurt. No, there's nothing. What's there to be positive about? There's nothing to be positive right now if you're a Dolphin fan. So he got hurt trying to stiff arm, a defensive back from the Patriots trying to score, and that's how he got hurt. And look, the bottom line is the Dolphins they're cursed. We cannot have any good luck the last couple of weeks, and we can't find a quarterback who could finish a game. I mean, Skyler had to come into this game. This happened earlier in the season when Tua went out. Tua, obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with him. Yeah. He's definitely been ruled out of this week and likely not being able to play in the playoff game if we get there.
So Graham said 8-3 with the number 1 seed, possibly 8-9 finishing last in the AFC East with Skyler Thompson and Mike Glennon. What a time to be alive. Your fish are bipolar, so that's an understatement. Kirk in the house. Hey, guys, I don't think McDaniels is going to go anywhere. He's first-year coach and will learn from this season. Have we found out if it's official? Is Uno playing Sunday or in the playoffs? So it's definitely Skyler playing on Sunday. Tua and Bridgewater have both been.
Teddy got cleared, so he's been doing. He practiced a little bit today.
But I heard Tua's ruled out.
Tua's out.
Yeah,
Tua's
ruled out.
Tua's ruled out, but Teddy kind of is in the mix now. Unlikely, but he's in the mix.
So we obviously go against our friends, the New York Jets, coming down to Miami.
Let's talk about. Hold on.
Are you going to go back to the game?
You got to go back to this game.
All right, okay? So let me go back to it. So
we had an opportunity here to, obviously put this playoff spot away, and we would have clinched it because the Jets ended up losing, so we got the help that we needed, but we just couldn't put it together. Teddy, didn't do too much. And look, McDaniel's going to get fired, but you know what my biggest the thing that I'm most
someone will pick him up real quick. I'll say that.
He's not going to. He's been here for a year. But I'll tell you what I am upset about. Okay, I am upset about the fact that Mike McDaniel is supposed to be this boy wonder, offensive genius. He comes from San Francisco. He's the guy that constructed that San Francisco offense. Well, guess what? San Francisco had their starting quarterback go out. Brock Purdy, the last pick in the NFL draft, comes in there. And they don't miss a beat. They've won every game since they've played us. So if Mike McDaniel was a star behind that San Francisco 49ers, offense,
not bringing it to Miami.
He was the offensive guru. Why didn't it happen? Another thing I want to discuss. Why wouldn't Mike McDaniel take a playbook from the Dolphins' history when we went to New England, we implemented the Wildcat, we were able to beat the Patriots that way by kind of shifting things up. Cedric Wilson is the emergency quarterback. He's almost got into a game a couple times this year with Skyler and Teddy not being able to finish off the Tua. So why wasn't there some kind of a trick play here or there? Why not run a reverse with Tyreek Hill or have Tyreek Hill throw a pass to Waddle?
Grant made a great point. Why, when Skyler came in, did McDaniel switch to the down by 21 playbook and just throw on every play? Never gave Skyler the chance to settle in. McDaniel is a weirdo. Shanahan is the real brains in Frisco. But Grant makes a good point. Why, when Skyler came in, did McDaniel switch to the down by 20 playbook and just start throwing bombs?
Well, I mean, they were at that point. They needed to get back in the game. They were down by 2 scores. Okay, as far as McDaniel being a weirdo, look, a lot of people will tell you different. Every player, and it's unusual for that to happen, but every player from the 49ers and other teams he's worked with went out of their way to say that Miami, that didn't happen when we got Adam Gase or any of these other so-called gurus or people saying, oh, no, that was Peyton Manning's system. Gase was just the bridge tender there. Look, that's not the case. People were raving about McDaniel. Yeah. Multiple teams wanted him. I'm just questioning why we've gotten to this point where he hasn't been able to have backups come in and be able to come out with wins with them. That's what a little bit.
So Ray, our 1972 guru, blast from the past. I don't think McDaniel has all the tools he needs on offense, especially on the line. The line did get brought up before. Sheldon made a good point, or even the offensive line. Look how many we went through this season.
That's the thing. It's a revolving door, and our best lineman is also he's questionable every week. Let's be honest. Teron Armstead missing this past week was huge, and that was another thing. When we turned on the TV, and early that morning they said, "Hey, not only is Armstead out, Chubb is out, and Xavier Howard's out.
Xavier's coming back this week.
I mean, they had injuries as well, but that was very tough to overcome when you're starting a guy like Teddy that hasn't really shown anything.
It's not saying that they don't love him or that he's a bad guy. He's just a weird dude.
He is. I'll give you that. He's a weird dude, yeah. And all of a sudden, his press conferences at the end of these games now, before they were funny. They were funny when he was winning. Now it's like, oh, man, he's kind of saying the same stuff over and over. And we're not getting results.
Him a break. It's fine.
So you have to give him a break.
The one who I don't want to give a break to right now is Sanders, our kicker.
Oh, man.
He's just missing again. I mean, it comes to a point where he's not going to be a Vinatieri. He's not going to be the guy on the Ravens, but he's just very inconsistent. And I don't know who else is better out there, but maybe you invest in a young guy, a nice fresh leg, and take it from there. But Sanders is really, really, really messing up some big kicks.
Yeah.
McDaniel offense is predictable. He struggled with his adjustment in the game.
He did. He didn't make any adjustments. Everything went downhill.
Very what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't divert from things. I mean, it didn't help that Teddy went out, but you got to have something. You have to be prepared for that. Yeah, you got to adjust. Absolutely.
This Cap. Oh, I love Cap. This could possibly be a Disney movie or the biggest collapse in NFL history. How would you categorize this season personally? Are you both suggesting it's a failure, or do we have a chance to still get in? All right, I'm going to leave that question up, and I'm going to start.
Good.
I love that you mentioned Disney. I think my life is like a Disney movie, but I would not compare my life to this season. This season is exhausting, right? It's very misleading.
It's been a roller coaster.
I obviously have my opinion about Tua. We saw injuries with him last year, the finger and the rib. This year we're dealing with concussions. It comes to a point where the Dolphins are obviously they're going to make a decision to keep him, but
or not.
But that's the part I'm struggling with most, is that our quarterback has not been consistent, starting from last year with the finger in the rib and now the concussions. I felt this, if you were to ask me in preseason, how do I felt? I felt like I was the queen of the world. Tyreek Hill, Ron Armstead, we had Sony Michel, and we got Mohamed Sanu, who I was excited. Obviously, we let them go and everything, but I felt like all the pieces were coming together, and we were up there. And then when we just started losing games, and Tua just kept disappointing me and stuff, and the offensive line and the injuries and everything. So I feel that if I was to grade our season right now, we're like at a B minus. I'm not happy. I mean, it's going to depend.
I would say C, and just because, look, we were 8-3 at one point. We were the number one seed in the AFC for a minute there, and to see this collapse take place, it's disheartening. Now, look, the AFC East is a very tough division.
Of course. 3
of the 4 teams are still alive. Well, Buffalo's clinched, and New England and Miami are fighting for that last spot in the playoffs. And the Jets were just eliminated last week. Yeah. And they've had a bunch of problems, but a great defense. So the AFC East is not a slouch division. It's not the NFC South where Tampa's going to get in with a 500 record.
Yeah.
But when you're 8-3, and then it comes down to the last week, and now I'll go over and now I have the standings here. Yeah. We don't even know if we're going to have a chance to get in.
Let me ask you a question. I've been asked this question a lot of times this week, and I'm really struggling with the answer, and I kind of want to throw it to you guys as well. The question I've been asked a lot this week is, would you rather Miami not make the playoffs at all and kind of like do this, or would you rather them make the playoffs and get blown out?
No, you got to look. If a playoffs game's at stake, you get in, because there's teams that's. I'm sorry. No offense, but that is a ridiculous question.
I've been asked it a lot.
But I'll tell you, no. Look, number one, if you don't get into the playoffs, the only salvaging of that is, you got a draft pick. We don't have a draft pick. So that means nothing. At this point, you want the experience. And all the teams that can't get in, that have been eliminated already, what do you think they want to do? So if you have a chance to get in the dance, you do it. Because the teams that have been eliminated, they have no say in the factor. I'm not saying we're going to do it. As a matter of fact, I don't think we have any chance to win a playoff game. However, they have a chance if they're in the field as opposed to if they're not. So you get in. You get in that playoff.
I agree with you guys too. No, my answer was the playoffs. I'd rather us go into the playoffs. Hey, we have something to get into.
Speaking of playoffs.
And who will be QB2 next year? We need someone.
It's not going to be Teddy Bridgewater. I'll tell you that right now. It's not going to be Teddy
Bridgewater. QB2 next year. We need someone who was borderline QB1, as Uno is unlikely to play 17 games. The best ability is availability, and sadly, Uno doesn't seem to have that. That's solid.
He's not. It's not going to be Teddy Bridgewater. I'll tell you that
he's
right
done.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer.
Put in a call on Fitzpatrick. I'd love.
Everyone loves Fitzmagic.
Back. Yeah, bring him back. So let's go to our AFC standings right here. I've made this. I update this every week. Right now, as you see, there's been a big development in these 3 teams right here. A lot could happen here. The AFC South is over here. So that's Jacksonville and Tennessee. One of those teams is going to get in, and then you have. Obviously, New England, Miami, and Pittsburgh. We have the tiebreaker because we beat Pittsburgh.
I know.
But
on my birthday weekend,
coming down with New England and Miami, the reason why it's right now New England, because they have a better division record. The first tiebreaker is head-to-head. Well, we beat them early in the year. They just beat us last week.
Cutting-edge graphics, by the way. Graham said cutting-edge graphics.
Very much. Thank you very much. Good penmanship, I would like to say, too. New England right now is in because of the division record. They are 3-2. We are 2-3. We are both playing division opponents this week. So if we were to win and they lose, we're both 3-3. It will come down to conference. On this side, sorry. Comes down to the conference record. Sorry for this markup here. So this would be the tiebreaker right here. The conference. I can't really. Right here. So it would be 3-3 in the division.
Okay.
And then we would be 7-5. They would be 6-6. So, I mean, look, we got to just win this game. The problem that we have here is this. And I know it's uncomfortable to talk about.
Gardner Minshew would be our QB2 possibly.
It could be. And he hasn't looked too good for you guys the last couple of weeks, but I wouldn't mind somebody different.
You have to make the playoffs. If not, what's the point of arguing back and forth?
I agree. You have to. Now, look.
Kirk said that too.
Look, the number one takeaway from that Monday night game that didn't finish is DeMar Hamlin, obviously, we want him to be okay. After the fact, and look, you're not sick or messed up if you're talking about it. It's a normal conversation. These things take place. Life goes on. You need to, and eventually you got to play games. It could have been one of 3 things. Number one, he, makes a miraculous recovery right away, and, they could have played that game the next day. Number 2, he's stable, which is kind of where he's at right now. Or 3, we don't want to talk about the scenario. But Either way, either scenario, what are we going to do? We're not going to play football until something comes up. And if you want to think I'm a jerk or whatever you want for saying that, look, it's okay to say that. It's all right to say that. And the reality is that game right there affects this big time. Okay, the number one seed in the AFC is at stake. Not only that, but also the second and third seed. So potentially, if they were to meet in the second round of the playoffs, that would be somebody would get a home game, somebody would get be on the road.
Yeah.
And also the AFC North is at stake as well, because if Baltimore were to have won this week and Cincinnati would have lost on Monday and to Baltimore, Baltimore would have been the AFC North champion.
They did make an announcement today. My boss told me, Graham Sharon, if the decision is made to make it 8 seats in the AFC, then the Jets are still alive. That's a very, very, very good point. The Jets are not dead in this water. They're going to go into this game balls to the walls.
I disagree with this whole eight team.
Adam said if KC wins Saturday, Bills are automatically the number 2 since he is locked in the number 3 already.
Correct. So that's perfect. Hold that up a second. So listen to that. All my Dolphin fans out there, because there's been a lot of crazy reports that have come out and a lot of scenarios. If you look at that right there, if they don't add an 8 seed, we're done. We're done, because look at what it says. KFC wins Saturday.
You said KFC?
Sorry.
You said KFC.
I'm kind of hungry.
He said KFC.
I'm sorry.
Guys, did you catch that?
I did.
You said KFC? I'm done. Time out. Miss Fins, great show, guys. Give Miss Fins a shout out and a follow. Her show's amazing every day.
Put that back up, because I got.
You just said KFC. You just lost all the credibility. You guys, you just tuned us out. How do you say KFC?
If Colonel Sanders takes care of business on Saturday, so look, if KC, I said it again, KFC. If KC wins, the Bills are automatically 2. So let me ask you this: why would the Bills go out and try to win that game against New England if they're locked into the 2 seed? They have no incentive. So that means that New England's going to win that game, and the Dolphins are out of the playoffs.
Another possible backup quarterback, Taylor Heineke.
I like that kid. I mean, he's a backup. He's a backup. But
okay, Colonel Sanders, ha ha ha. If Trevor Lawrence and Kenny Pickett and Brian Flores make it in the playoffs and we don't, that would all 3 draft classes from 2020 until now would possibly make the playoff success for Uno. Oh
wow. Yeah. And Herbert's going to be in too. So
KFC, turn the lights off and let's go. Lou thinking about gravy always.
Hey, come on.
I'm telling you, he one of his resolutions was to eat healthy.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Yeah. Okay. You're talking about KFC, whatever.
It's all about the portions, baby. It's all about the portions.
Okay.
All right. So there's going to.
I don't know.
We have not gotten an official decision if they're going to be canceling this game.
They are leaning towards it.
They're leaning towards
it.
Yeah. But that decision needs to be made tomorrow, because all the teams involved that play tomorrow, and Kansas City is one that has hopes of getting something done this weekend. They need to know.
I completely agree with Adam with the statement. I don't know, brother. That Buffalo Crown team is going to be ready to come unleash, and they're going to want to do it for Hamlin.
Yeah, but you're not going to start. You're not going to put Josh Allen in the game or anybody worth anything on our roster if they could possibly be hurt. They just saw their guy put in the hospital.
Also, talk of the KC Buffalo Cincinnati gets the AFC Championship game with 8 seats, then it could be played at a neutral stadium.
He freaked
out about that today. Well. He said he's going to New York to talk to the commissioner about that.
I posted something earlier today or this week that we got multiple emails from the Dolphins that said, hey, if we're going to host playoff games, you're on board. You don't have to do anything. You're automatically going. We're putting you in the playoffs. They even use the term multiple home games. All right. We didn't get any. We didn't get any playoff games. And even if we get in, we're not getting any playoff games because we will be the last seed. Now, I'll tell you something. If we were one of those teams that had the right to host a game, and now the league tells me that game's going to be played in Jacksonville or Atlanta, you got a problem with me, because we've been waiting for this for a long time. A long time we've been waiting to host the game. And now you're going to tell me that I can't watch it in my stadium?
So you're telling
No. That's not happening. Sorry.
I agree. Well, those teams have made it pretty far in the playoffs before, so they fans are used to that. Josh is going to play. Trust. They're going to cream the Pats. Your lips to God's ears. I sure hope that's true. I want to make the playoffs because anything can happen, Sheldon. Sheldon, I'm with you there too, right? Like,
you got a puncher's chance. It's the Rocky Balboa moment, right? Hey, give the underdog a shot, see what happens.
And Adam said, Sheldon, no, I totally agree. Make it. Let's do it. Yeah, and scroll that crap. No neutral site nonsense. And the 8 seed is nothing but a money grab. Cap, you got him hungry. Talking about KFC.
Oh man.
When was the last time you had KFC?
It's been a long time.
He's gonna get it tonight.
But yeah, I probably will get it sometime. Little biscuit action.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, if someone was to tell me 8 games ago we were going to lose 5 straight all of November starting in December, I'd be like, stop.
But that's the NFL, and I'm going to actually ask you to hold this up.
Wait, I like what Graham said. Can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. You play the lottery all the time.
I do. That's right. So you hold up that one, I'll hold up this one. That's amazing. You're talking about the NFL.
They can't see yours. You're moving.
So the NFL, so far in the NFC, the only team that's clinched is the Giants in terms of their spot, their actual spot. The Giants are the only team that's locked into this spot. Everything else here could move. Everything. And show this one. The same thing. The only thing that's set in stone right now is nothing. Everything can change. So that's the NFL for you. It's actually New York and Tampa, I should say here. Tampa's locked into the 4th seed, and New York is locked into the 6th. After that, and we know that let me bring this back up. We know that Tampa is getting in from the NFC South over here. So they're 8-8.
That's disgusting. You're making playoffs 8 days with Tom Brady.
Totally. And then the Giants over here, are locked in to that 6th seed. Everything else up for grabs in terms of seeding, not that they haven't clinched already. In the AFC, only the number 4 seed, which is either going to be Jacksonville, Tennessee, because they're playing. That's like everything else can move around. Everything can move around.
How cool would it be if
it's totally crazy.
The 3 Florida teams make the playoffs? I'm down for it. Derek says the league is scared of the Dolphins with 2 in the playoffs. They don't want us because we can win it and they know it. Oh, that's so.
Derek, I love the optimism, but there's nothing that I've seen the last 5 weeks.
They hate us. The league hates us.
No. It's not about the league hating. It's his statement.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I've seen, and again, you got a chance. This and the other, but there's nothing that I've seen that makes me believe that we can go into either Kansas City, Buffalo, or Cincinnati and win. And even if we were to get lucky because they totally mess up and give us an opportunity to win a game, we still got to go and beat the other 2 teams the week after and the week after, and then the Super Bowl. So there's nothing that I think that I've seen that can show us we could do that.
Graham, the NFL in 2022, where the Giants can rest players before the Eagles. Mad.
Yeah, that's what it is. And the Giants also are not going to play anybody in that game. And why show their cards? Because the Giants could play the Eagles. Why would they go out there and try to win that game and show them what could potentially they could have in a playoff game?
I've actually been to the Giants championship parade.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oh, 2007 was it? 2007?
2009, I want to say.
Whatever year that was. I was.
All right, let's. You want to flash back here?
29-29 in snow against Buffalo, bro. Don't forget that.
Yeah. Totally.
Are you ringing?
Yes.
Oh, you're ringing. I thought I was ringing.
Yes.
So we can't do this 50-year thing anymore because we're in 2023.
No, we got 2 more weeks to go.
But
we're doing it.
So I created something for you. Give me a sec. I just went right to took it. All right, give me a sec.
All right, get to it.
It's our bougie water in Miami. It's right from the mountains. No, I'm just kidding. It's from Biscayne Bay. Okay.
Go ahead.
So I figured Lou and I obviously have communication problems. We don't communicate. This is our communication for the day, talking to you guys live. We don't talk to them today. We work.
Get to it. Come on, let's go.
So I thought that you were done with the 50 year with the Dolphins because we're in 2023. So I made you something different.
Nice. Oh, no. Oh, don't tell me you're flashing back on. Oh, you didn't switch, did you?
I did. One more time. So, what do you guys think?
Wow. I actually like that a lot.
I know. Since Lou is so notorious for saying, I'm not going to like this. I don't want to do this. I'm not going to like this food. And then when he experiences with me or something, he's in love with it now.
I love it. That's pretty good. So I'll give you credit on that.
You like your new thing?
You got a little bit too much time on your hands.
2007, it was 18-1 for a certain team. Adam, Vegas tells you all you need to know. Birds are favored, but your touchdown tells you they expect you to sit everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Derek appreciated it. Now, Graham, that's very cool, Ash. But
I think he's calling me a dope, actually. Derek was calling me a dope.
Oh, maybe. Graham says, now that's very cool, Ash, but it doesn't beat quality penmanship.
Thank you. Well, Graham.
Graham, don't.
Nice.
I thought I did so out that video.
Yeah.
All right, so Lou's been talking about this I
got my folder here.
We were doing the show yesterday, but we didn't. So
okay, so ready? Here we go.
All right, I'm done.
Let's get right to it. All right, so let's talk babies. No, I'm not talking like that. I'm talking about baby names. So with 2022 wrapping up last week, I have here the top 5 baby names for boys and girls in 2022. And I'm also going to tell you the top baby names for boys and girls 1972. So before I start, what are your top picks for boy names?
That I like or what I think it is?
Give me your top pick.
Oh, I love the name Jordan. I love the name Jalen. I love the name Dominic. I love the name Anthony.
You're saying all the wrong names.
But I know what it is. I can tell you the names.
Well, I like names like Sheldon, Russ, Adam, Graham, Mark, Derek, SoCal Derek. These are the type of names that I like because I like you guys. So those are the names that I like.
I'm Italian and I'm a Sporty Spice, so I like Italian Sporty Spice names. I can tell you what some of these popular names are, and I hope people in the chat are.
Well, I'm just going to tell you. Let's get right into it because we got.
Y'all are having a baby. Definitely, David.
We didn't say that yet. I'm
down 10 pounds in a month. We're no babies.
All right, so
lose a virgin. I mean, definitely not.
Do you want to do 2022 first or 1972?
I can. Let's guess. Okay, as we're doing this, 1972. In the chat, guys, what do you think were the most popular names? That's what we go with them.
Well, I'm gonna get to that. So just tell me.
But in the meantime,
do you want to start 2022?
1972. Let's go back.
I'm gonna go back. So the top 5 names.
Baby.
Top 5 names in 1972 for the boys.
I told them to let them guess.
No.
Let them guess it.
But there's too many names here. Let me just read through it.
It's going to be like Barbara, Margaret.
They're going to have a chance to guess on something else, all right? Okay, so here we go. Number 5 in 1972 for boys. Number 5 was John. Number 4, David. Number 3, James. Number 2, Christopher. And number 1, Michael. This was back in 1972. For the girls, number 5, Amy. Number 4.
1972, Amy? Really?
1972. Number 5 is Amy. Number 4, Kimberly. Number 3, Lisa. Number 2, Michelle. And number 1, drum roll, is Jennifer. Those are your top 5 names.
I'm thinking like 1930s then, like with Barbara.
That's 1972. Let's go to 19.
Let's go to. Adam had a good guess. Mark, Paul, John, David, James.
I think he's trying to say something funny there.
Hey, Liz. You're gonna go in, bro. Dinner and a movie. Hopefully, Lou doesn't go to jail. Otherwise, he'll lose that virginity.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
I had 60%. No, Adam did well with that. Liz, we're talking about popular names in 1972 and popular names now.
So I'm gonna get to 2022. This year, this was just announced, obviously, after the year ended. So these are fresh, hot off the press. Boys' names from last year. They were number 5, and you could see that the names have changed.
Liam.
Number 5, Mateo. Number 4, Elijah. Number 3, Oliver. Number 2, Noah. And number 1, you guessed it, Liam. Liam was the number 1.
Liam.
Yep. For the girls, number 5, Sophia.
Very popular.
Number 4, Ava. Number 3, Amelia. Number 2, Emma. And number 1, Olivia. Those are your top boys and girls names for 2022.
Is Sebastian on that list? Ant's in the house. Hey, Ant. No, but I love that name, Sebastian.
Sebastian is on the list.
Anthony, but if I always wanted to name my son Anthony, so.
Now, your name did come up in 1972. It peaked at number 30, but it was spelled the wrong way. It was spelled Ashlie, not the way you spell it. Do you think my name made the list?
No.
No way, Jose. Sorry, that was a corny joke.
Liz says, think if you had a boy, name him Cody. If a girl, Safria. I think my brother had a dog and his dog's name was Cody. So that's why I'd stay away from Cody. But Safria is very, very pretty. Adam said Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike.
Okay.
There was another comment I wanted to say. Y'all having a baby? No baby.
No baby.
Cap, 16 in the chat. No, I'm telling you, we're live and well. You know, we've been talking about, do we have the show Wednesdays or Thursdays? Thursdays have been a hot time for you guys.
Yeah. Well, no football now, too, so that helps.
But no Sebastian on the list.
All right, let's go trivia time. No Sebastian.
I need you guys here. Listen up.
Trivia time.
I don't know.
According to the SSA, that's the Social Security Association.
Administration.
Association, it's called. I looked it up. That's what it's called. Over the past 100 years in America, what is the most popular girl's name? Is it A, Mary, B, Linda, C, Elizabeth, or D, Jennifer?
Tell me again.
What is the most popular girl name over the last 100 years in America? A, Mary, B, Linda, C, Elizabeth, or D, Jennifer?
Guys, put in the chat. What is the most popular name in America the last 100 years? One more time.
100 years. Mary, Linda, Elizabeth, or Jennifer?
Adam's 12-year-old named Liam.
Nice. I know a couple Liams.
Yeah.
I like the name. I like it. Starts with an L.
I knew it was popular.
Can't go wrong there.
Okay, so we're all over the place. Ann said Elizabeth. Liz says Elizabeth because she's probably Elizabeth. Graham says Olivia. That's such a British name.
It is.
Adam said Jennifer. Graham said Mary. All right, we're all over the place.
Okay, I'm going to give you the answer.
Wait, I'm going to guess.
Go ahead.
I'm going to say Elizabeth.
Okay, you are wrong.
It's Mary.
Whoever said Mary is correct.
Graham! No, Graham changed his mind. He said Olivia, and then he said Mary.
Oh.
It's my mom's name.
So Mary is the number one name the last 100 years. Now for boys.
Okay.
Is it A, Robert, B, John, C, James, or D, William?
Give it to them again.
Last 100 years. What's the most popular boy name? Robert, John, James, or William?
Robert, John, James, or William?
Yes.
You know what's crazy? My mom's name is Mary. My father's name is Robert. So if it is Robert, that'd be so weird. My brother's Robert, yeah. Okay. Again, one more time.
Robert, John, James, or William?
Aunt said, I have a friend that his son, his name is Cristiano, and his daughter's name Angelique. Those are beautiful names.
Nice.
I like Cristiano.
Fancy names. Nice.
Okay, so we have Russ said, yeah, make sure the Dolphins play neutral site because in Atlanta and see how Lewis deals with the stadium that's Chick-fil-A doesn't open on Sunday.
Oh, that game better be on Monday night then.
He won't do well with that.
Monday
all right, so we have
season.
Famous John, James, William, John, Bobby.
Okay, what do you say?
Again, John, James, William.
What do you say?
I'm saying William. I'm going with Liz. I'm saying William.
The correct answer is actually James.
James, who was right?
Yep.
Aunt was right. Interesting.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's get through this because I got a lot to do here. Today's celebrity, 1972, is a big star and a Miami resident. I didn't know this, but she is the highest paid actress, or she was the highest paid actress in American television from 2013 to 2020.
Highest paid what?
Highest paid actress in American television from 2013 to 2020.
And she lives in Miami.
She lives in Miami.
Oprah?
No. That's, I guess, a good guess, but yeah, not looks wise. She is often referred to as a Colombian bombshell. Does that help you?
Oh, you're talking about, oh my gosh. They're going to say it for me. They're going to help me with this.
Who am I talking about? Miami resident, the highest paid actress at $43 million a year.
That's 50 years old this year.
She's 50 years old. It is. Anybody get it? It's not J-Lo.
It's not J-Lo. Kaylee, we got a lot of guesses here. Anne Hathaway?
No.
No.
I'm talking about Sofia Vergara.
Oh.
She was born Sofia Margarita Vergara in Barranquilla, Colombia.
Oh, yeah, they started getting. Well, no, Russ said Eva Longoria. That was a good guess.
She's up there as well. She was born on July 10th, 1972. As mentioned, she's an actress and a model. She's been in a lot of movies and commercials. She is very well known for her looks and also her accent.
Cindy! Hey!
Sophia is currently a judge on America's Got Talent, but is more known for her role as Gloria Delgado Pritchard on the very popular show Modern Family. You ever watched it?
No.
I've watched it. It's a good show. She dated Tom Cruise once, and she does have a son named Manolo. Tom Cruise is not the dad, but she does have one son named Manolo, who was born in 1991. Also, she became a U.S. citizen in 2014, and she claims to have scored a perfect score on that test. So just bringing that up. And that made this week's trivia very easy because I am going to give you the questions that they give for the U.S. citizenship.
She is 2 years older than me, born in 1974.
Nice.
Oh, so you're going to be the what questions?
I am going to give you the trivia questions that they
ask for U.S. citizenship.
Correct.
Oh my God.
Okay, I know. Now listen.
My God, guys, listen. Please
No. Hold on a second. The way we're going to do this, kind of like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Okay. You cannot get help from the room, but you can phone a friend. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you 10 questions. If you get 5 out of 10, 50%, you could definitely do that. You are going to win this American flag. To prove that you are a real American.
Graham said he's going to be useless here. Graham's going to do better than me. He's a citizen of the UK.
And you will also win this very shiny, very big Abraham Lincoln penny.
Oh, we got that in DC.
Yeah, so you can get this. It's mine, but I'll give it to you if you get
I bought that.
Correct. Okay, so
Graham's going to do better than me.
Without further ado, remember, you'll get those prizes if you are correct.
All right, give me the questions.
If you are incorrect, unfortunately, I'm going to have you deported. So, no
Sandy,
offense.
Oh my God,
there's a little bit
Sandy,
riding on this.
Oh my God, I'm glad I was born here. I'd never passed a citizenship test. It's going to be tough. I know.
All right, put that down. You're not a citizen yet. Yeah, put that down. All right, so let's get started here. Again, you cannot get help from the room.
Well, look at that. The penny's causing a thing on my forehead.
Oh.
I'm like radioactiving.
And so similar like the show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
There you go. Give me it.
we are going to put some music on here, and we're going to call this "Who Wants to Be a Citizen." All right.
Okay.
Are you ready to go?
Let's do it.
You have your lifeline.
Lower it so they can hear you. They're not going to hear you.
They can hear. That's fine.
Okay.
Where are my questions? Where are my questions?
All right.
What do you do with my questions?
It's like they're watching the Game Show Network right now.
Okay.
They can hear it. Don't talk loud. I don't think they can hear you.
What is the capital of? I'm going to give you choices here. Don't look at the room. Look at me. What is the capital of the state you currently reside in? Is it A, Jacksonville, B, Gainesville, C, Tallahassee, or D, St. Augustine?
Tallahassee.
Very good. All right, the next one. Who is the father of our country?
George Washington.
Excuse me.
I already know this one. Come on.
Is it George Washington,
George Washington,
George Clooney, Booker T. Washington, or Denzel Washington?
George Washington.
That is correct.
Let's 2 for 2. Let's go.
All right, we need 3 more, but now they're going to get tougher. What is the minimum age a person must be in order to be president? Is it 30?
No.
35?
No.
40 or 45?
45.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
That is wrong. The answer is 35.
I'm still too young to be president. Okay.
All right. Well, listen, you may be deported in a second if you don't get 3 more questions right. All right. Who was the president during the Great Depression and World War II? Was it A, Dwight Stevenson, B, Franklin Roosevelt, C, Teddy Roosevelt, or D, Teddy Bridgewater? Now, you could phone a friend.
Teddy Roosevelt.
You sure you want to make that your final answer?
Yes.
That is incorrect. It's actually Franklin Roosevelt. So you're 2 for 2. You're not doing too well here.
Graham's 3 for 3.
Graham is overplaying from across the pond, and he's perfect. All right. Next question. U.S. representatives and U.S. senators are elected for how many years? Is it 2 and 4 years, 2 and 6 years, 4 and 4 years, or 4 and 6 years?
What was the first answer?
2 and 4 years.
2 and 4 years.
I'm going to ask you again. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You're incorrect. It's 2 and 6 years.
Okay. Graham got the whole right too.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
come on, keep going.
All right. I think you're going to get
You're
this.
making me seem stupid.
No, you come on. Not a lot of people pass this.
Okay.
You weren't studying for this. This is a surprise test. You're fine. I'm not going to deport you. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to deport you.
Halo.
All right. There were 13 original states. Can you name 3? This is one of the questions on the test.
Yes.
Can you name 3 of the original states?
New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
That's correct. All right.
I'm from Jersey.
Okay. All right. Number 7. How many amendments does the Constitution have? Is it 21, 25, 27, or 29?
How many amendments?
How many amendments does the Constitution have? 21, 25, 27, or 29?
25.
It is 27. Oh, man. All right. You really need to make up ground here. All right.
Graham's wrong. He said 25. Thanks, Graham.
The idea of self-government is in the first 3 words of the Constitution. What are those words? Is it justice for all?
No.
All for one?
No.
Land of the free? Or we the people?
We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice.
Is that your final answer?
That is, yeah.
You are correct.
Yes.
Nice. All right. 2 more here. And
Sandy's going back to work.
It looks like you need 1 or 2 of these
All right, give me it.
to be a citizen. Again. When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms?
No, I know this one. It's April 15th.
Wow, you got it.
Yeah,
You didn't even
because
say
I never get that date.
Okay.
I always ask for the extension. Is Lou a government teacher?
All right, yeah, that's the right answer, Russ. Not enough time. The last one. How many U.S. senators are there? Is it 50, 100?
It's 50 because each for
Is it
representative from
50,
state.
100, 150, or 200? 50, 100, 150, or 200?
It's 100 because I think. Damn, I can't do this at the gym. I think it's either 50 or 100 because either they get 1 or 2, but I think each state gets 2 representatives. So I think it's 50. It's 100.
Final answer?
Final answer.
You are correct. Wave your flag proudly. You are a citizen once more.
God bless America.
All right.
I'm an Italian American. Okay.
Listen, you did pretty good, and these are actual,
150 useless people.
These are actual questions. So
It's
it is
50 states get 200. Now you guys, okay. All right, so I'm a U.S. citizen.
You are a U.S. citizen, and you get to keep my penny.
gosh.
So congratulations.
Battered Vincent. Melly. Hi, babe.
All right, so the real reason of this segment, and I got a lot here, so just bear with me here.
Medica, Randy, all my friends are in the chat
Randy's
tonight.
in the house.
Oh my gosh. Let's
Nice.
just have a party and invite everybody out.
Let's do it.
Good evening, Ash and Lou. Good evening, Nana.
Nice. All right, so let's get to it. 1972 Dolphins. This is a
Talk
big
to us.
week.
What happened?
It is the AFC Championship game. It is between the 15-0 Miami Dolphins and the 12-3 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wait, I lost you. I wasn't listening. Say it again. Sorry.
It's the AFC Championship game.
AFC Championship game.
For all
Dolphins
the marbles.
versus Steelers.
Dolphins 15-0, Steelers 12-3. The no-name defense of Miami versus the steel curtain of the Steelers for the right to go to the Super Bowl. Now, this is crazy. In a shocking twist, the Dolphins, despite being undefeated, had to play this game on the road. The reason is that back then, home teams in the playoffs were decided on a yearly rotation. So even though the Dolphins were undefeated, they had to go to Pittsburgh because it was the Steelers' turn to host. So this finally changed for good in 1975, but the Dolphins couldn't do anything about it. And if you ask me, this actually adds to the legend of that team. Not only did they go undefeated, but they had to play the AFC Championship game on the road in Pittsburgh. Okay. Tremendous. So this game was played in Pittsburgh at Three River Stadium on December the 31st.
I've been there. It's a beautiful stadium.
Well, not that stadium. That's no longer the stadium. It's Heinz Field.
I've been Heinz Field.
This is before.
Never mind.
So on December 31st, so New Year's Eve, kickoff time was at 12 p.m. and the game time temperature was 58 degrees.
Oh, it's not bad.
Not too bad. The Dolphins were 3-point favorites on the road. And remember, the Steelers were just coming off the amazing Immaculate Reception. And the Dolphins actually struggled and survived against the Browns at home in the wild card round. So getting right to it, the Dolphins had the ball first, but Earl Morrall threw an interception on the opening drive. Pittsburgh took advantage by moving the ball downfield. On a crucial 3rd and goal from inside the 10-yard line, Terry Bradshaw rolled out, made a path for the end zone. He was hit hard by safety Jake Scott, and he fumbled the ball. Unfortunately, the Steelers recovered that ball in the end zone, and Pittsburgh took a 7-0 lead. Both defenses really held their own for the next several drives. Neither team was able to move the ball on offense. Now, if you remember, the Dolphins struggled big time in the week previously in the wildcard game. So sensing that his team needed a spark, Coach Don Shula made the call of the game and one of the gutsiest calls in Dolphin history. On 4th and 5 from the Steelers' 49-yard line.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. 4th and 5, Steelers' 49-yard line. Shula sent out the punting team. But when the ball was snapped, Miami punter and Pennsylvania native Larry Seipel caught the ball, extended his hands out, and then just took off. He took off. He scrambled for, get this.
Sanders would never do that.
Get this. He scrambled for 37 yards.
That's a first down. That's another Miami's first down.
You can say that again. He put the ball deep in Pittsburgh territory. The Dolphins capitalized big time as Earl Morrall threw a 9-yard touchdown pass to Larry Zonka, and the Dolphins tied the game at 7, and that's how it remained into halftime. Okay. All right. Second half, Steelers once again got struck first. Are you snoozing at my Dolphins 72 segment?
Sorry. I already know what happens. Dolphins win.
Well, but let me show you why. This is a big win.
Okay,
the Steelers struck first, connected on a field goal to take a 10-7 lead. And after the first couple of Dolphins drives didn't go anywhere, and sensing that the team needed another boost, Don Shula again made a big move. This time he brought into the game Bob Greasy. So this is Bob Greasy's hero moment. He, if you recall, went out in week 5. He hadn't played for 2 months, didn't play in the wild card game, and Don Shula, looking at the team needed that spark, brought Greasy back in, and Greasy led 2 consecutive touchdown drives. So that move by Shula worked out perfectly. Jim Kick scored the first touchdown. Dolphins took a 14-10 lead. Jim Kick scored a second touchdown. Dolphins were up 21-10, an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter. Remember, back then, there are no 2-point conversions. So an 11-point lead is a big deal. Pittsburgh had to go for touchdowns. No field goals at this point.
Gotcha.
Well, they got one. They cut the lead to 21-17. They stopped the Dolphins and got the ball back with 48 seconds. But there was no miraculous endings this time for Pittsburgh and the black and yellow. Linebacker Mike Colin intercepted Terry Bradshaw. The Dolphins grabbed the ball, they ran the clock out, and they headed to Super Bowl 7. So the Dolphins' final score 21-17. The Dolphins' running game was huge in this one. Mercury Morris and Larry Zonka racked up a lot of yards, 175 yards combined. We mentioned Kick had the 2 touchdowns, and of course, the big star in this game was Larry Seipel and that 37-yard run off the fake punt. So the Dolphins are back in the Super Bowl. They had lost to Dallas Cowboys in the previous year's Super Bowl, so they're back in it. And then, funny enough, the NFC Championship game was played in Washington between those same Cowboys and the Redskins at 3 p.m. at RFK Stadium in Washington. And the Cowboys were absolutely obliterated by the Redskins. So there was no chance of a rematch. A lot of Dolphins, fun fact, after the game, after they beat Pittsburgh first and Dallas Washington played second, a lot of Dolphins were asked, who do you want to play? And they said
Cowboys.
They said Cowboys. They said, bring on the Cowboys. We want revenge for the Super Bowl last year. They never got that chance because the Redskins beat the Cowboys 26-3.
So Redskins and Dolphins.
That's right. So a lot of Dolphins, like I said, in Three River Stadium, calling on the Cowboys wasn't meant to be. So next week, we have the Dolphins and the Redskins in Super Bowl 7 from Los Angeles, California.
It happened in LA?
It happened in LA. Yep. So that's our 72 segment. The Dolphins are one game away from doing it all, winning it all. And you got a flag.
I just got lost in your eyes. Lou is the most.
You wouldn't be the first one.
Lou and I have the same color eyes. Let me tell you, we have the same. If you were to take one of my eyeballs and put it on, it's the same eyes.
Thank you.
But we have the same eyes. But for some reason, well, everyone is quick to make comments of his eyes, and here I am, like, hello, I have the same eye color. But I was just like looking. I'm like,
trust me, they're not looking at your eyes.
What are they looking at, Lou?
I don't know, but I've heard you utter the phrase, my eyes are up here several times. So you do the figuring on that one. Oh
my gosh. No, I just got lost in your eyes for a second. It's so weird.
All right.
So yeah, so you do like your new video?
I love it. And sadly, we're only going to use it one more time.
No, we're going to think of a new segment like once it's over.
All right.
Maybe like pop talk or something, or like relationship or I don't know, something girly, like ask a question about life. Well, because we figured out relationships, right? Like, what's your relationship question? Dear Ashley and Lou, how do you guys No,
but I'm that new segment, the new intro is awesome. And I got to tell you, it's sad that it's coming to an end because it's been miraculous to cover,
you're not good with like endings, so you're not.
Well, but it's been amazing to cover this team and go back in time.
You've done a fantastic job.
It's never happened before. So really, it's important to pay homage to this great team, and we're doing that.
You've done fantastic getting us through the last few
weeks. One more week, guys, and then it's over. So
we'll think of a new segment to add to the show.
All right, but this particular segment.
I think it should be relationship and sex advice and all that kind of stuff. Make it like girly and stuff. So low, no. Anyways, that's great. So yeah, just recapping on what we spoke about. Obviously, this week sports has been, I don't want to say put on a pause, but it has been put on a pause, that we're all focusing on Hamlin's recovery and moving forward with the game and stuff, and maybe what's going to be changed, but how do you really change it because of the freak thing. And obviously we're all struggling with the Dolphins losing 5 straight. I was struggling when we lost 2 straight. I was struggling when we lost 3 straight. I was struggling when we lost against Green Bay on Christmas. This is just out of control at this point. So
any one of those wins in the 5, and we're not sitting here trying to back into the playoffs. So it's demoralizing.
Russ has to tell ladies where my eyes are during sweatpants season. I have the feeling that Lou doesn't have that problem. Maybe y'all can have a Heat segment. Let's talk about the Heat for a sec, right?
They had a horrible loss.
We lost against the Lakers without LeBron.
Yeah.
Duncan Robinson's out for a month.
And
Bjork's been sitting. Jovic
is
this
out.
and that. So, Graham has a request. Can we discuss a travesty that in the 50th anniversary of the perfect season, we worn throwbacks at the least amount, including now. Oh, Lou's gonna blast on this one.
Oh my goodness!
Let me read the question. Let me read it.
Yeah.
Can we discuss the travesty that in the 50th anniversary of the perfect season, we've worn throwbacks the least amount, including not wearing them this Sunday? Go ahead, take the floor. You just started him.
Graham, I'm 1,000,000,000% with you. I love the old logo. I go out of my way to only purchase items and merchandise with the old logo. It's all we have. It's our tradition. It's our history. It's what we're talking about tonight and have been talking about. I love the old logo, and I can't believe that we haven't worn it enough.
I am totally agreed. I don't like the new one. I'm very old school.
Yeah.
New viewer in the show, Douglas. Do you go through anything NCAA sports?
We will be.
Lou is a huge March Madness. We don't see him. He does his thing and everything. So March Madness, obviously, we dig really deep into that. College football, I'm not really big into. I'll be honest with you. I went to a Big East school without a football program, and then I got my master's at a aviation aeronautics school. So I never had a loyalty to a football team per se for college. I grew up a Rutgers fan because I grew up right outside of Rutgers. But for college basketball, I'm a huge St. John's University supporter. That's where I did my undergrad. I'm a firm, and I will stick to this. The Big East is the best. The best. No. And
They used to be.
The talent coming out of all those squads. St. John's, obviously, we're having a challenging year within the Big East, but there's so much talent between Xavier, Butler, Providence, Georgia.
No doubt. But Georgetown is not a good example this year.
I know, but I'm just saying
overall,
as a whole.
The Big East used to be. And Douglas, I thank you for asking. I am a huge Arizona Wildcat fan.
Yeah.
In college basketball, I grew up watching Sean Elliott. I'm aging myself, but I love Sean Elliott and the Wildcats. They've only won one championship, so it's not like I'm this bandwagon fan. And yeah, we love college basketball, college football, not so much. I think he is also talking about this upcoming monster national championship game
Georgia
between the very heavily underdog TCU Horned Frogs and the Georgia Bulldogs. It is a huge mismatch if you look at, paper-wise, because Georgia has every athlete at every position. But in this game, I'm rooting for TCU. I'm with Adam. Adam mentioned it. Look, you want to root for the underdog. And the line right now in that game, I believe at last check was 13.5. 13.5. Nobody wants to see a championship game be a blowout. So I'm rooting for the little guy. I don't think TCU has ever won a championship or any major bowl that I can remember. So go Horned Frogs in that one. Douglas, if you're still in the room, who do you got? Who are you rooting for?
Yeah, he just did.
Oh,
Douglas, he has a championship. I think definitely a unique one.
Yeah, what does he like?
Who do you guys? Yeah, drop in the chat. Who do you think?
I know Adam likes the Horned Frogs.
Horned Frogs. Sheldon. Sean Elliott was on my Spurs team back in the day.
I love Sean Elliott. He was something.
Curtis says ACC over Big East.
Yeah, look, the ACC, the Big 10, and even the Big 12. Those are bigger conferences than the.
I like the Big East because the Miami Hurricanes are used to running it. What is this?
Another thing about college.
The power schools of Big East lately have been Villanova.
Yeah, and UConn now is coming on strong too.
Sheldon's Georgia. I am going for the Bulldogs, even though I'm an ACC fan.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So,
UConn is back.
Sheldon's saying Georgia because he's from South Carolina. Yep. But no, I'm going for the underdog too. I definitely will. So Georgia.
It'd be a great story. And who doesn't love a horny toad, right? Is that what they're called? The horny toads? That's what I call them. Go horny toads.
You're embarrassing me.
Really?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, we don't cover it too big. Obviously, once March Madness happens, we do our brackets and everything, and Lou goes out with his friends, and I don't see him.
We may have I don't want to say I'm not going to say the name, but we may have a.
Oh yes.
I mean, we're going to.
Oh my gosh.
We have someone who we have met recently that was had a tremendous run to the Final Four. And during March Madness, we are going to ask, and hopefully he comes on because this guy was a big deal. He had a huge. I just want to say he's from a small school.
Yeah.
His school had an amazing run to the Final Four, and he was a big part of it. And I'm hoping that.
How it happened is that I obviously my 9-to-5 job.
Don't say his name.
I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say his name. In my 9-to-5 job, I have a big role at a big position, and I'm a director of development or whatever. And I host a lot of events, a lot of nonprofit, a lot of fundraising throughout the year. That's what I do for a living. So I held a fair, a carnival, raised a lot of money, And so during the fair, I took a break. Lou comes and he volunteers and everything. And we're watching the Heat game.
Right.
And this guy next to us is wearing a shirt.
So we're talking, he comes up and we're talking sports. And I recognize him. And I'm like, whatever. And then sure enough, he says who he is and what he did. And I'm like, I know all your story. I know everything. And so, yeah.
And then that night, Lou and I watched his YouTube videos. He was like, babe, do you realize how big this guy was? And I was like, yeah.
No, but I knew that. I just wanted to show you,
Russ said UGA is going to run this. I'm an SEC football fan except Alabama.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, a lot of people are tired of Roll Tide. TCU over Georgia. I hear a bracket come from you. Georgia by 12.5. Yeah, so this guy, Lou and I, we bull crap with anybody's sports, right? And this guy, and he was like, yeah, I played in that tournament that year. And Lou looked at him and he was like, are you blah, blah, blah.
Not only did he play, he went to the Final Four. That doesn't get bigger than that.
Nicest guy, right? He's not that tall. He's like my height. I'm 5'7".
Okay, you're giving away clues.
Okay, whatever. So we're going to try to get him on the show. I'm sure he will.
We'll see. So stay tuned for that. But look, let's wrap this up with our predictions. What do you think is going to happen?
Dude, my God. I don't even, all right. I'm glad we have 15 viewers in the room. Let's do this right now. Guys, within the next minute and a half, I said so Jersey. By the way, we're going to Jersey. I have to tell people, guys, no, stop. Let me tell them. For Christmas, I woke up on Christmas Day, and there was no presents underneath the tree. And I said, Lou,
That's not true.
What happened? And he was like, you were a bad girl. Santa said no presents.
That's not true.
So no, long story short, we're going to Jersey next month to see the Knicks and the Heat at the Garden.
We have not finalized that yet, but we're looking into it. Let's just say that.
So, okay. Graham, you know, when you did your giraffe impression a few weeks back, Ash, did you foresee we'd be signing Mike Glennon?
No, because he does have that giraffe neck.
I got what he said. When I did that giraffe impression, I was like,
no, he means the guy's neck.
I predicted it weeks ago. Thank you, Graham. Goodness. You always have my back. I did the draft because I knew we were gonna be.
Graham, he is freakishly tall and has a freakishly looking neck. I mean, wow.
God, Graham, that's so funny you said that. All right, back to the predictions.
Mike Glennon. I'll tell you what. Before you say that, speaking of Mike Glennon, if Mike Glennon is getting into this game on Sunday, man, it would be like so Miami Dolphins to have a guy that we just signed like Wednesday, and he's now playing in a game on Sunday that our season is on the line.
Okay, that's okay. So guys, in the chat, I see some coming up. We're gonna share them in a second. Take a minute. Dolphins, Jets, 1:00 p.m. at the Rock. Obviously, right now we know that the Bills have to beat the Patriots, and we have to win in order for us to get in the playoffs, right? Again, we have to beat the Jets, and the Patriots have to lose for us to get in, right? That's what we know so far. So what do you foresee the score prediction being on Sunday, 1:00, Jets, Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium? Miss Finns, my beautiful friend, 52-10 Dolphins.
Whoa.
She's saying, Jets are going to craft the bed. We're going to run this 52-10 Dolphins. She's going all the way. Russ, I have some memes for you eventually. Lou's like, we have not. Okay, babe. Douglas, 28-10, my prediction of the Georgia winning.
Wow.
That's pretty good. Ray knows his stuff. 24-20 Dolphins. That's way too close.
Yeah.
No one's ready for that, but I can so see it. Eagles win the division. Probably.
They are. No,
Graham, 13-10. Oh, Graham said another close one. Graham's saying a really, really close one as well. Adam Gilmore on our side, like always. Thank you. 17-14 Fish, another close one. Sheldon, who's going to be down here, 27-17. Good guys win. He calls us the good guys every week, saying we're going to win. I have been bashed from making Dolphin predictions. You have been.
Thank you, Russ.
And Adam says 35-7 Bills. I also agree with you. I think the Bills are going to let loose, do it for Denny, and do it for Denny. Oh my God, do it for Hamlin, and then totally do it. I'm in Douglas. I'm in Jacksonville currently, so going to TIAA Bank to see them beat Tennessee.
Wow.
Phone
and automatic playoff game by winning that game.
Is that what it's called now? TIAA. It used to be called Everbank.
Everbank. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know they changed it.
Interesting.
Sandy, Dolphins are winning 45-0. Jets suck. Sandy and Miss.
Say it how we say it.
Jets suck. Lou doesn't know when we visit my family next month that everyone's Jets fans, so he could not say that unless we'll be like.
The hell I can't.
You guys go to the game?
We haven't decided yet.
Yes, we have not decided.
I think we are going. I'm just really bummed out about this whole thing. I mean, it's going to also remember if KC loses, Buffalo's not playing their guys. So there's a lot to be determined.
I don't think Buffalo is going to take it easy regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Russ said Jets take flight. 30-17. Boy, what's wrong with you?
No, I see what he's doing. He's using reverse psychology. So that's why he put that.
Oh, man.
I'm with you, Russ.
Miss Finns is calling my butt out here. What would happen? You were winning the free jersey, but your fourth name on the. So Miss Finns does the ESPN pick'em, and I love being in her group. I was doing so great, number one, and then guess what? I started picking with this thing between my chest called my HEART, and I kept.
Oh, this is picking with something else.
With the thing between my chest,
okay,
not
right,
the. Okay.
Right.
I started picking with my heart instead of my head, and because I'm a woman, I'm a very sensitive, emotional, all that stuff in a bag woman. And I fell apart.
That's actually a good women's. Most women pick with, what's the cuter color? What,
No.
Who's the hotter quarterback? That's what girls know.
I don't really
Not you or Miss Fins, but a lot of girls.
Well, I know Miss Fins probably has. Oh, please, her. She has the biggest crush on anybody. She loves.
I know, but I'm saying you guys know.
Sandy probably has a crush on somebody.
Well, Sandy too. I'm saying Sandy, you, Miss Fins.
Fins in the house. You'll be there. Yes, you are.
You
guys
are
coming
know
down.
your football.
We
a
do.
lot of girls they don't, and they just pick it based on stupid stuff.
I hope everything comes well with you coming down. I know you're coming down.
Nice,
Adam. Buffalo isn't laying down. Come on, guys. Y'all have to come so I can see y'all. Layers, y'all enjoyed starting to follow. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Douglas.
I wanted to go to the game. But no, I don't pick football based on players or guys. Like, I don't have like a football crush. I mean, if I had to say, like, I would Tony Gonzalez would be my type. Right. No, I mean that would be like my type.
All right, so obviously. What is your prediction? What do you got?
Skyler Thompson is the hottest dude. She is so bad. This woman knows, her and Sandy know football better than anybody. But Miss Finn stays crushing on these guys. She does. Oh, now she's cheating on Gesicki with Skyler Thompson. See, all
right, what do you got for a prediction?
All right, so I'm
gonna go first, so I'll give you time to think
for it.
Right. I love what Russ just did because he laughed at what I told him, that he obviously is doing a little reverse psychology. So I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna say the Jets are gonna win 20-14. So Jets 20.
You're saying the Jets are gonna win?
Did you hear what I just said? The Jets are gonna win 20-14. So just reverse that score. Sorry, reverse that score and go the other way. So all right, what do you got,
dude?
I got to do something to switch it up. I've been picking Dolphins.
Go like do some like sage or something outside. Don't say those words in my house.
Sorry.
Our house.
Got to switch it up. What do you got?
The Dolphins have broken my heart the last 5 weeks. We saw them in Orlando. We saw them Christmas Day. Like, we had a watch party. Like, we have done so much behind the scene. We've gone, you know what I mean? Like, and all those games, they've crushed us.
Are they going to let us down one more time, or are they going to take care of business? What do you got?
Sky's good to look at, but my man will always be go sexy. We can no longer be friends. Sandy, we're best friends. Dude, what do I think of the Dolphins?
What do you got?
All right, I think the Dolphins. I'm gonna pick with this thing here, and I'm going to say 27-14.
Wow.
Dolphins.
All right. Okay. Nice. There you go. You heard it here first.
Oh God. Skyler is a girl's name. It can go both ways. Like Taylor and Ashley. There's actually guys who named Ashley, which I don't like. Graham, we just cannot be swept by the Jets. That's beyond unacceptable.
No, you're right.
If that happens, Lou won't take me to Jersey in 3 weeks. Like, he's like, we're not going to this crap place.
And also, that's a great point, Graham. Also, the Jets kind of embarrassed us in that earlier meeting in New York. And I think it was Sauce Gardner that did the, Tyreek Hill. One of their defensive linemen did the waddle, just like the Patriot guy did this past week. So don't think we're not writing this stuff down and back for payback.
Russ, you don't understand how reverse psychology works, do you? No, because I believe everything this man says because he's my partner in crime.
That's exactly how it works.
Sandy said she's not.
Russ, educate me. That's how it works.
Sandy and I are still BFFs. She's not mad at me, Ashley. The man next to you picking the Jets. Oh, she's done with you.
I didn't pick the Jets.
What's coming out of your mouth?
I said the Jets 2014. And I winked.
Earlier I said Jets end up with Roy or D. Roy. Thoughts?
Earlier I said the Jets end up with. I don't get that.
I don't either, and that's why maybe I didn't say anything.
Yes. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah. They very well could.
I was like, are you speaking Star Wars talk to us?
Yes. No, sorry. It took me a second there. I've been inhaling this Sharpie too much, but yes.
Why do you think your beard's so black?
They very well could be, Adam. Their defense, it was in my notes here, their defense is top 3 in the league. Top 3. I mean, that's not – I know they're 8-8, and they're eliminated supposedly unless they add this 8th team.
Yeah, the 8th team would be a problem.
When you're the 3rd ranked team in defense on the last week of the season, you doing something right. So it's not a totally shit team.
Don't curse jar. Miss Fins, logically speaking, by the way, give her a follow, like, her show's amazing. Logically speaking, we should be able to put up points. The issue is if McDaniel does better coaching and game management.
Yeah.
He has to.
Yeah, he's got to.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, we were like, Roy, Garrett Wilson, Roy, Sauce Gardner.
Yes, the sauce is the real sauce, the hot sauce. But look, to the last point, McDaniel has to be creative. I mean, this is the last game of the year, right? So there's no tricks being left in the bag. We just talked about how Shula did a fake punt on 4th and 5 from their, the other team's 49-yard line. You cannot hold anything back because there may not be a next week. There may not be a tomorrow. So the Dolphins have got to let everything out. Like I said, Tyreek Hill's got to throw passes if he has to. Cedric Wilson is emergency backup. He better get in there. Do some wildcat. Do something.
I don't know about offensive rookie of the year, but defense maybe because Gardner is balling for the defense.
He's great. He's a hell of a player.
Their defense is good. I give them that.
There it is.
Russ is the only one that talks Star Wars in here. I apologize. R2D2. Yes. Anyways, all right, guys. I promise next week we'll have you in the chat. We've just been overwhelmed with a lot of talks. But we're going to lose a segment, so we'll give more room for people to talk. I hope more of you will join. We've been blessed to have Russ and Sandy and Sheldon every week. I hope to see Graham one of these days. Adam's been in the show before. Sandy's wearing her Miami Mike shirt Sunday. Might be the last time I can wear it. No, he's not going anywhere, babes. He's staying.
No.
He's staying.
And you're going to wear it for
Sandy's the one who's talking about changing her dog's name.
Oof.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
She tagged you on that, yeah.
She's trying to switch things up. I get it. I get it.
Oh my God. It seems like Sandy's dog's name's Shula. She's talking about changing the dog's name.
Well, I love all these names in the chat. Those are great baby names, by the way.
I want to change your name. I want to call you
I don't want to hear
Javier.
Javier?
Carlos. Papi Chuno. Okay. Yeah. Empty the tank. Empty the tank any given Sunday. Run. Come on, the Miami Sharks. The one night I'm available, you're not doing a panel. I know. I'll bring them in 2 minutes. All right, guys. 5 minutes. Come on in. Let me see your faces. Let's do it to 8:25. I appreciate you starting at 7 p.m. as that was midnight time, so not as late as usual for me.
You're the best, Graham.
Graham, we love you. Hope you're feeling better. Get that flu out of you. But keep it in the UK. Don't bring any flus around here. Shula wearing her refreshing jersey Sunday. Oh, can't wait to see it. Baby girl wearing. Come on in the chat. We'll have you guys for 5 minutes. Oh, Miss Finch. She did this earlier today. She didn't show her face. She's so dang beautiful. She was hiding her own.
Thank you.
What's up?
I appreciate it. It's been busy last couple of days at work, so I have to be more mobile.
What do we think? What are we feeling about this week? Give it to us.
Miss Finn says 52-10. You're really going with that?
Okay, this is the reason why I say that. Logically speaking, it really is, to me, it's going to go down to coaching. The coaching has to be superb to really support our rookie quarterback. If McDaniel can handle his time management, if he can handle his my brain.
The play clock running out. Let's talk about that. The play clock
management. Yeah, the clock management, the penalties, the challenges. If he can take care of those things, what's up, Curtis? Then I think he will be able to do. I'm not worried about the play calling. I'm worried more about his management than anything else to support Skyler. So, yeah.
Great. No, I agree. It's going to be crazy.
That's awesome, Adam. Look at that.
Whoever said there should be best friends.
The of Puerto Rico. The greatest play. Just go crazy.
Sandy, where you at? Sheldon, when you flying down, babe?
I fly down Saturday morning.
Ooh, were you flying to Fort Lauderdale?
Yep.
And were you flying out of Charleston?
No, Charlotte.
Charlotte, right, direct flight down to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah. Charleston is like over 2 hours away from me. Charlotte is an hour.
Oh, you're cool. Look at Miss Vince with those lights. Oh, and there's Shula.
Shula, is that still
there's Shula.
Oh, still hurting. Sorry.
Shula, hey, mama. Nice. What does she got there?
That's her jersey she's wearing Sunday.
Oh, she's so stinking cute. Oh my God, hey baby. And Adam,
Ashley, she has more clothes than you. This dog.
I don't know.
But does she have more shoes than her? Because you got like a billion shoes.
I probably have more shoes than Ashley.
Oh.
And Adam, can you officially tell us that we're your AFC team yet?
No, I don't have an AFC team. We've gone over all this.
I'm
not saying you're not cool people. I'm just saying I don't have an AFC team.
Okay, but if the Dolphins make the Super Bowl, would you cheer for us? If we don't play the Eagles?
As long as you're not playing the Philly.
There you go. That's good. We'll take that.
Fair. Guys, let's talk real quick about the Skyler situation. Are we confident in him playing this week? Are we like we're gonna crap the bed? What do we feel about Skyler? I don't think Skyler's our future.
Oh my God,
Sandy, go ahead.
I can't do it. I can't.
You can't with Skyler. You're over it.
Yeah.
I'm so over this team.
I don't think he all future.
Ye of little faith. Ye of little faith.
No,
Skyler is our
I said
future.
low scoring because I think it's going to have to be for you guys to win that game.
Yeah.
No,
Miss
Skyler
Nesbitt,
is
I
our
know you like
future
him.
Matt Moore. He's our future Matt Moore. Look, he has a lot of intangibles, raw skills. Okay. And I think that with the right coaching, he'll be able to be developed into a great backup quarterback. That's my floor for him. I think we can have him be our next Matt Moore for the next 10 years, be that one backup that we need and we'll have available.
Sheldon, what do you
So
think about him?
that's mine.
What do you think about him?
Well, I would agree with some of the stuff Miss Finn say about him like that. Yeah, he may be a serviceable backup, but I do think also, picking back on what she said, it's all gonna come down to, we've been talking about this several weeks though. I'm just not impressed with Mike McDaniel, his adjustment, to me, it's like he got a nonchalant, he did a lazy fair with his adjustment.
Yeah.
No sense of urgency. He's got to have a sense of urgency out there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Exactly.
Skyler need that.
Yes.
Skyler need that. That coach
He's not coming back next year. Sanders is done. We need a new kicker, right? Like he's done. Fair.
Fair.
He's been awful.
No, I can deal with Sanders. Sanders is fine in my opinion.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think he's fine.
But
I think it's just mental.
But you think that they go bring him back and he go count $4 million on the cap next year and the cap?
No, I don't think. I think they'll find somebody else.
Yeah.
I think they'll find somebody else. But
look, the Hulk just joined us
okay
from
with
the gym.
Russ is getting his pumping. Wow. Awesome.
There you go.
Started the show early.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh, Russ.
Nice.
So we know
What's
who's going to
up?
be our backup quarterback this week. There you go, Ross Taylor.
He's training.
There you go. Put him in. Put him in. Next player up.
No
Next
way.
man up.
Russ, let me get a quick head count of how many people are in that gym with you right now, man. What do we got? Give me an estimate. He's still counting.
It's the week after New Year's. Of course it's packed.
No, that's what I want to know.
Right. New year, new me.
25.
25. Wow, that's a lot of people
gosh.
working out on a Thursday night.
25. I don't.
Well, 25, but I would say 20 of them are regulars.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So it's not too bad.
Nice.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, guys, no, I mean, we just know, this is not ideal situation.
No.
We could win on Sunday, and essentially it might not even matter if the Patriots win too. So that we're not even completely at hold of our own destiny, which kind of sucks as well. But obviously it's not impossible, right? I mean, very well, like you guys said, the Bills could ball out on Sunday and definitely take care of the Patriots. And we could beat the Jets. Like, this is not a shot in hell. But this is not like, okay, we win and we're in. So I'm not comfortable on Sunday. I agree. I love you, but I'm more on the lines with Sandy. Skyler hasn't done it for me yet, but I'm always very cautious and everything. So I don't know.
I can almost guarantee Gardner Minshew's not going to be in Philly next year.
We're hanging on with those string.
Yeah.
A string.
And about Philly?
I can almost guarantee you Gardner Minshew's not going to be in Philly next year.
Correct.
So if you for a couple of reasons. One, the Saints game, I think that was enough. But he doesn't. You have to tweak our offense so much without Jalen in there when it goes to a guy like Minshew who can't run at all.
Yeah.
The Eagles, you're not going to find a Jalen Hurts light version, but you got to get somebody who can move. And I think that's the way the team looks next year. So, I mean, Minshew, he's proven to be capable in spurts. Problem you guys got is you bought the farm for Tyreek Hill, and now if Tua doesn't work out, where do you go?
That's a very fair question.
That was the risk. It was the right move to bring in Tyreek, but
but
this was the risk.
But that goes to coaching and adjustment, and because even though you lose your quarterback, San Fran is a perfect example. They lost Trey Lance, then they went to Jimmy G. They lost Jimmy G. Now they got Brock Purdy in, and it's still working. It's still rolling. It's I think they were like a 9-game winning streak now, if I'm not mistaken.
They've also got that kid surrounded with a ton of weapons and a defense that puts the offense in position to score more often.
Miss Fitz, you're gonna
And our defense does the same thing. Our problem is our offense doesn't capitalize. There's only so much our defense can do.
Our defense better. Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. The problem is that our defense, I know they give up points. I know they're dead last in points when it comes to defense. But the problem is if your offense can't even put up points, if you can put up more than 24 points a game, you're not going to be winning many games. Right. So it doesn't matter really how much your defense gives up if your offense can't put up points. And unfortunately, this offense can't capitalize on turnovers, and they don't put up points, period.
Oh. Sandy, what were you going to say? We have another dog in the room. Somebody wants to meet Shula. Shula, are you single?
No, yes. He's single and staying that way.
Oh. Sandy, what were you going to say?
Cute. I was just going to say our defense needs to show up this week because I don't know. I just need our defense to show us more. Because the
Jets defense will.
Oh, Jets defense will for sure.
True.
We need a couple. We need a couple takeaways. Maybe a pick six. Something to revive.
You don't want to act like the Jets are starting Joe Montana over there either, right?
No.
So, like,
no.
And they actually
you're not up against a stud quarterback, so
and we don't know if it's going to be Mike White.
It's impossible.
We know Zach Wilson's going to be the guy, and they don't know if it's going to be Mike White now either. So they don't know who the quarterback's going to be.
But I think Sandy's proving my point. See, Sandy's proving my point. Why do we got to ask the defense to get a pick six or to do all this? It should be the offense providing the points. Like
but you can't
right now, we have no secondary. We haven't had a secondary the whole season. So
it hasn't been. So for us to proceed to go to the playoffs, our defense has to show up.
So Graham thinks it's going to be Joe Flacco. I could see it.
Joe Flacco.
And if it's Joe Flacco, having Joe Flacco a quarterback isn't too bad. If it's 2014,
for who?
You know?
Oh my God! Please. Can we stop? Can we stop with these washed up
for
quarterbacks?
For the Birmingham Cowboys over there at the USFL? Get out of here!
You know what?
Yeah, bring on Flacco, dude. There you go. That's the formula right there, man.
I'm selling all my Dolphin shit.
Yeah.
No, not yet. Come on, Sandy, don't do that. No.
Come on, I've been a fan from day one, from the jump. They're killing me.
Don't steal it.
Killing me.
Donate it to Miss Fins. Donate it to Miss Fins. I will gladly take it and display it and donate it to.
Sandy, I think you have more stuff than anybody. With all due respect, I think you are the oldest one in the chat. And I mean, no.
I do have a lot. I do have a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So Miss Fins gets first dibs. Sheldon gets second dibs.
There you go.
I get any kid size jerseys. I like wearing them tight, as you guys know. I'll even take some of Shula's jerseys.
Oh my God.
Anyways, guys. All right. I haven't cooked this boy dinner yet. You heard when he said he was talking. He said Kansas City, but instead of saying KC, he said KFC. Did you hear that?
I had an Andy Reid moment. What can I tell you?
You're making him hungry.
I wanted to get him riled up, so I commented that in the hopes that he would get going, and of course he messes it up right away. He's so excited about it, he starts screaming about fried chicken.
Adam, Chris, and I were texting all the last couple of days. And,
so you're the girl he texts all the time. You're the mystery woman. I bet she doesn't have a bigger chest than me. Oh, that's the one. Oh, no, just kidding.
Yeah, well, she's the guy, so.
Anyways.
Hey, you two need to come out to the game, guys. It's the last game of the season. We gotta go out with a bang. We gotta go out with a bang. You gotta make it. You gotta make it.
I'm down for South Carolina.
Sheldon, we're gonna be there at the actual game. We're gonna be, there tailgating and everything. The actual game, I don't know. Like I'm not. It doesn't make me a bad fan. I'm just being honest.
Get in there and cheer our team on. I cannot go, so you have to go.
Thank you.
You two
Thank
have to
you.
go into that stadium and make some noise. Let's go.
Sounds like you're
Exactly.
getting called out there, brother.
If I was, you know, if I was there, I would be in there making some noise. You're going to hear me from California.
All right, but I'll tell you what. If you see me on the news because I've been robbing banks to pay for these season tickets, you guys better raise some bail money for me.
Hey, Lou, if you need a place to bury the money, I've got a backyard for you. Just saying.
There's Jerry in her defense sign.
If you need a place to bury the money, you can use my backyard. It's okay.
Okay, all right.
Sheldon, what'd you say? Sheldon said he's gonna beat your butt.
I said that we've been talking about this for weeks when I'm coming down, and I'm finally coming down. Hey, look, I'm already.
You better go to that game.
All right.
Lou, now actually, I already met you, and I want to meet you again. Lou, I haven't met you yet. I'm coming down Saturday. I'll be there by 2:00.
Okay, I guess we're going. That's it. We're going.
You cannot live in Florida and have season tickets to the game and not go into the game.
Thank
what
you.
kind of fan are you? What kind of fan are you?
Pressure. Very personal.
This is making me angry.
No, I'm gonna tell you something very personal.
Pressure. So
I don't have eyebrows, right? I pencil them in every day. I just have blonde eyebrows. Like they're just completely not there, right? And
so you have them, they're just blonde.
Every day I have to pencil them in.
Well, and you pencil them in aqua and orange.
There's a story behind this. So yesterday, Lou and I went in the pool, and I never go under, right? I just can't swim. And I said, you know what? I gotta wash my hair anyways. I'm going under. So I went in the pool. I'm under. All of a sudden, I come up, and I have no eyebrows. Lou
Please tell me there's a picture. Please show me the picture, please. Please show me the picture. Lou, my man, Lou. I need the picture, sir.
No,
please show me the picture.
Lou and I have been together for like 2.5 years. It is almost 2.5 years. Lou's never seen me like that.
You're on camera.
This man made a, and then when a man makes a comment, he said, "What's wrong with your eyebrows? What's wrong with your eyebrows?" So here I am walking around like that. And
oh my God, you're funny.
So point of the story is,
Guilty.
I'm taking a half day from work tomorrow to get that new thing where they tattoo your eyebrows.
No, you're not.
So no, I am. I promise you, I am because I'm gonna get them permanent. You did. You did.
Lou, don't feel bad. I did the same thing. Turn around. What the hell happened to your face?
Oh, man.
Because
what does that
tattooed tomorrow?
Oh,
they're gonna look good, right?
Great.
God forbid they do come out really bad. We won't be at that game Sunday. That would be my excuse.
Well, now I definitely got to sell the tickets to support her eyebrows.
You are not selling those tickets.
No. We're going.
No, man. No, Ashley, I swear, you better get it.
Don't talk to me. If you don't go and cheer on our team, don't talk to me anymore.
Manny, you guys all know Manny. We love Manny. Battered Fins fan. He already said, like, hey, if I need an extra ticket, he got me. So, like, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'll be there with my whole face there, but whatever.
Oh, my God. Who cares? You're beautiful no matter what.
Wait, where do you guys sit?
138.
138, row 14.
Okay.
Oh my God, you're really close to Chef Jew, because he's 132.
Yeah, we're end zone.
We've seen him before at the game. Yeah.
Sheldon, where are you sitting?
Yeah, because that's
104.
I'm sitting with him, 132.
104. I know I'm on row 14.
Yeah, maybe you're on the other side. 102's. Yeah, that's where the Dolphin side is. Or
I'm sitting with the SoCal fan club in San Bernardino, California.
Well, Mark and Rusty sat not too far from us that last game.
Yes, close to it. Yeah.
So
nice.
Adam, where are you sitting this week?
I'll be at the bar.
Ugh. I was trying to get.
Me too. Me too, Adam.
I was gonna try to. I thought he'd maybe say, "Whoa, coming down." Maybe I don't know. Maybe a trip to Miami. Give us.
I'll be with my crew at the Back Porch Saloon here in Cincinnati.
But if for some reason, and this is another reason why I maybe wanted to sell, but we won't now. But if we got into the playoffs, I would have considered a trip up to Cincinnati. I mean, come on, that was a possibility. And you got some backyard space for you said? A little tent in the backyard I could stay at?
Well, yeah, but it's cold here, guys.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, it's cold there.
Hey, sir. The Eagles play the Giants, right? Is that what's happening?
That's correct.
So I just want to let you know, sir, that the Giants are going to destroy the Eagles, and the Eagles are going to be fifth in the NFC. Mark my words.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Mark my words.
No, I picked the Giants.
Mark my words.
The Giants
I'm picking Big Blue, baby. Big Blue
I don't know.
all day. And Eagles
the
go
Giants
to the fifth seed.
Vegas tells you all you need to know. Vegas tells you all you need to know. The Eagles are favored by 2 touchdowns. That's because the Giants are going to sit everyone because the game means nothing to them.
Yeah, they're locked in.
And that's why the Eagles are going to lose.
No way.
For that mentality.
I picked the Giants this week too, but who knows? You know, we'll see.
I think you guys are.
Big Blue, Big Blue, Big Blue.
She must have a crush on somebody. Who's your Giants crush?
No. Look, I tell my fans all the time. Look, my second team is the Giants because in 2007 they destroyed the Patriots and saved the Dolphins' perfect season. And
they destroyed
as a thing, she is correct.
14-10, I think.
I know, whatever, but they beat them.
They beat them. It doesn't matter. They beat them.
They David Tyree.
Exactly.
If I was an adult,
exactly.
Bubble gum on his helmet.
I mean, it's part of the game.
There you go. So
because
of that, they're my second team.
You want to go to KFC?
Yeah.
Who wants to go to KFC?
All right, guys. But listen.
Right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, Miss Fins, where can they find you?
Oh, you guys can find me Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. I have my own channel, all social media, Instagram, Twitter, and I provide Dolphins content. I also do League-wide Wednesdays as well, AFC East contest as well. So a bunch of stuff that we do at the Miss Fins Show. So check me out on YouTube and on social media.
Miss Fins has a great.
Thank you.
She has a great show, but I haven't been on in a while, Miss Fins. But I'm gonna check it maybe tomorrow. I'll check it out.
Tomorrow I got the game preview, so check it out.
All right. Yeah, it's early for me though. 8 o'clock is early for me. That's 5 o'clock.
I know.
5 o'clock your time. Oh my God.
But you can still watch the replay.
Oh, sometimes I do. I watch the replay on all you guys. But you have a great show.
Mm-hmm.
I like your show too.
I appreciate it.
Where can you find me? I'm with Green Legion Radio out of Philly. So week on Wednesday nights, the Unhappy Gilmore show, 6 p.m. I've had to move it around a couple of times over the last few weeks, but that's the general time slot. Just general sports, a lot of Philadelphia Eagles talk, but I'm a little bit of the wild card for them because I don't live in Philly. I don't root for the Phillies or the Flyers or the Sixers. We share an Eagles love, but outside of that, I go a different direction. So it pisses off some of the crowd. Love me or hate me, just tune in at 6 p.m. every Wednesday night.
Definitely. And the Boner Killer edition.
Oh, the Boner of the Week. Yes, I started doing that a few weeks ago. This is where we're picking somebody that made just the biggest idiot in sports for the week, whether it's a commentator, a broadcaster, player, coach, whatever. So like this past week, it was anyone who complained about not getting their gambling, their bet in for the Bills-Bengals game or their fantasy football crap when nothing else mattered except for DeMar Hamlin's life. So Boner of the Week goes to, Skip Bayless and everyone else that wanted to be a jerk about it.
And Sandy from San Diego.
San Diego.
And Sheldon from South Carolina coming down to the MIA 305 on Saturday.
Have a good time, Sheldon.
Thank you.
Safe,
I'm excited. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm ready.
All right,
guys.
Have
a good time.
Let me go feed this boy.
Right.
All right.
The Colonel's calling.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Fans up.